unless you've got some sort of way of facilitating that with your team and making sure that you're able to actively capture that creativity and innovation, then that also becomes slightly more challenging. So unless you are actually making time to brainstorm, then it's become a little bit more process driven, I think, where you're getting together really to talk about tasks, objectives, putting plans in place and following through on those plans. So it's interesting because I was just talking to somebody just now who also runs a startup, and we would laugh previously that you pay for people's shower time, and by shower time I'm talking about when people are very creative and problem solving, and you're only really able to do that when you can take a step away from your work. But of course, what's happened now is that whole boundary between work and home life has become a lot more blurred because people are working at home. Communication is one of the most important pieces of what a leader is doing within their business. Making sure that you are creating space for that sort of communication is absolutely key. So as a business owner, just making sure that with your team, you're allowing people to come together, and whether that's to come together at some sort of an away day, as restrictions are starting to lift now and we can find safe ways to work together with other people in the same space. If you're able to bring people together, not only does that allow that sort of creativity that you can't actually get remotely, but you have to actually have people together, but also it's great for the team members to actually feel part of a community as well. So I think quite often, when you have those sparks of genius, I guess, within a business, it's where people are kind of, bouncing ideas off each other and coming together collaboratively and able to do that in a creative way and a creative environment. So I would strongly recommend, if it's possible for companies, is to have one day, even if it's just one day a month, where you bring your team together and you are safely in a space where you can collaborate and brainstorm ideas, but also bring those people back into your community of your business to make them feel like they are part of something that's much bigger. I worked in corporate for many years, and one of the big challenges, definitely working in big organizations, was that there was this perception that, if we can't see what our staff are doing, are they actually working, right? And so previously, while we were paying for people's time, what's happened now is that people are actually working harder because they are, in some ways, being measured for the output. So now suddenly the work output has increased significantly. And I think that's been the biggest surprise to a lot of business owners, how productive their staff have become. And that's not just because people are saving time on travel. It's also because people have this commitment, like the output needs to be there now. Whilst previously somebody would show up and they would be in your same physical space, and you perhaps had less visibility of what was going on. Now the only real visibility as the business owner that you have is output. And so, of course, that's improved efficiency significantly.